I'm Max from Pulman Group. Today I'm at Pulman Volkswagen in Durham, and this, if you might have noticed, is George Ford. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm great, thanks. Good to be here, mate.
Great. I want to start off with the summer tour. Are you gutted that you couldn't go on that because of your injury?
Yeah, obviously gutted. You never want to miss out on something like that, especially when they're going visiting some great places like Japan and New Zealand and playing in some great games. But unfortunately for me this year, I've had an injury which I need to get on top of, and it's been a long year as well. But I really enjoyed watching the boys on the TV and supporting from afar, and what a great job they did. Unlucky with a couple of results, but hopefully I'll get myself back fit and back in the mix next year.
Nice. So you say the injury's sort of getting better, sort of improving a bit more?
Yeah, it is, yeah. I've had this niggle now for about 3 or 4 years, but I've had a couple of injections about 6 weeks ago, and had a good time to do some strength and rehab stuff. I had the break as well, to be honest with you. Spent some time with my family, and I think in a couple of weeks I'll be back on the grass and ready for the start of the new season.
We sort of enjoyed having a little bit of a break from it then, just sort of a bit out of the routine a bit more.
Yeah, definitely. It's obviously with the World Cup last year, it was such a long year, and I've just had a little baby girl who's 4 months old, so to spend some quality time with my wife and Alania is amazing. So it's we're very fortunate and privileged to do what we do when we play rugby, but at the same time it's good to have a bit of a break and a rest from the game as well.
Autumn internationals, what are you thinking for that? Do you think you'll be fit? Do you think you'll be involved in it?
Yeah, I'll be fit by then for sure. I think the main thing for me now is to get back playing from a club sale and hopefully play as well as I can, and then obviously selection is dependent on Steve and the coaches at England. But look, I want to be there. I want to be playing. I'll give it my best shot. I think it's an exciting time to be an England player or have the opportunity to play for England. So to be back at Twickenham against them quality teams would be an amazing campaign and amazing games to be part of.
Great. Well, I've heard that you've been playing rugby since you were about 4 years old.
Yeah.
When did you sort of find out that you'd be able to do it professionally?
I suppose it was probably maybe around 14, 15 where you're at school and you're playing. You obviously playing with your mates and you play because you enjoy it. But at that age, really academies from around the country would express a bit of an interest if they saw a bit of a talent. So
Scouted.
Scouted. That was probably the time really where you think, right, I've got an opportunity here, and you need to probably take it a bit more seriously, get your head down a little bit, and go for it. And unfortunately, I went to Leicester when I was 15 years old, and I had the opportunity to go and work in a full-time environment. So that was for me anyway. Up until that point, you're just going out playing with your mates and loving it and enjoying it. But around that age was when I thought I've got an opportunity here.
Yeah. So you used to play rugby league. What made you want to switch from playing league to union?
Yeah, so I grew up playing rugby league. My dad played professionally rugby league, but he then went into coaching in rugby union.
Yeah.
So that was the thing that triggered it really, that we sort of had an insight into what rugby union was about and things that you could potentially go and achieve in rugby union with the international game and all these things. So I had a dream of playing for England as a kid. So at that age then, at 15, 16, when I decided to play rugby union, it was because I wanted to try and go and fulfil that dream.
Great. You mentioned getting back to playing with Sale Sharks. How's that been so far since you've started at the club?
Yeah, it's been great. We're 2 weeks into pre-season. Very excited for the season ahead. We unfortunately lost the semi-final last year, but we'll be looking to get better this year. We've got some good young lads coming through, and we're just going to be trying to be ready for the start of the season, because we know how important it is to start the season well.
I know you'll probably say that you want to win, but where do you think you'll probably end up at the end of this season?
Yeah, well, I think for the past 2 seasons, we got to the final 2 years ago, we got to the semi-final last year. Look, the next step for us is to actually go and win the thing. But with the way the Premiership is these days, how competitive it is, and the tough games you come up against, I think the thing that we're going to go for is to give ourselves a chance of winning it, which is obviously top 4, and try and get to a knockout game, which then gives you a chance to go and win it. So we'll take it each game as it comes, like everyone always says, don't they?
Yeah.
But we want to go and finish the job off, I suppose.
Great. Future plans then, where do you think everything's going to go for yourself, with obviously playing for England and with Sale?
Yeah, well, look, I'm 31 now, so I believe there's still 4, 5, 6 years ahead of me, hopefully, to be playing in England, and I want to go and be as successful as I can at the club and hopefully at country as well. So obviously to do that, you've got to look after yourself. You've got to have a bit of luck with injuries and all them things. But I'll be doing everything I possibly can to try and play for Sale and my country as much as I can. So I'm excited about their future.
Nice. Well, we've obviously got to talk about cars because that's what we're sort of here today with. I think the best question was, what was your first car?
The first car was a Volvo C30.
Nice.
I think at the time it was because me and my brother, we actually got one each at the same time, and I don't know whether we got a bit of a deal on it or something, but yeah, that was the
with
first car.
The same colour and everything?
No, one was white, one was black.
Nice.
So that was the first car, yeah.
Nice. And then sort of how has your, driving history been since then, really? What do you drive at the minute?
So I've always liked bigger cars, really, since I've been getting a bit older, and obviously with having a family, we've got a couple of dogs. So
we'll have a lot of room in here, really.
Yeah. Recently I've been driving an X5, and previous to that we've had a couple of Range Rover Sports, which have been amazing. But I love bigger cars. I don't know why I always have done, really. So I don't know whether it's because you're a bit higher up on the road, and you seem like you're cruising a bit more and stuff like that. So this is why I'm so excited about getting in the Touareg.
Great. Well, that's pretty much all my questions.
Brilliant.
Great. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Chat to you, mate.
Pulman, delivering a fantastic customer experience.